All right, class, today we are going to continue our lesson on exponent rules. So our objective for today is to further our understanding of exponents and how operations are going to affect them. Our vocabulary, we have the multiplication rule of exponents, the division rule of exponents, the power rule of exponents, and negative exponents. Please feel free to pause at any point. Take notes. First part, we are going to talk about the multiplication rule of exponents. So when you multiply the same base with exponents, you're going to keep that base number and then add the exponents together. So if you look there, we have 3 to the third power times 3 to the fifth power. We are going to keep that 3. We're going to add together 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 together will get 8. We're going to get 3 to the 8th power. If you think about 3 to the third power as 3 times 3 times 3, and 3 to the fifth power as 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, and then you multiply the two of those together, you will have 8 total 3s. So 3 to the 8th power. Same deal down below, 4 to the 9th power times 4 to the 4th power, you're going to get 4 to the 13th power. So we have an example here. If you want to pause, work this one out on your own, please feel free to do that right now, but I'll go through it step by step. 5 to the 7th power times 5 to the 2nd power. So first step is going to be add 7 to 2, we'll get 9. So we know that 5 to the 7th power times 5 to the 2nd power will be 5 to the 9th power. Second part of the multiplication rule. When you multiply numbers with variables and exponents, you're going to multiply your coefficients and add together the exponents. So if you look, x is the same variable, okay? Both problems up on that first one. 2x to the 4th times 6x to the 3rd is equal to 12x to the 7th. So what we're going to do is we are going to multiply 2 and 6 together. We will get 12, all right? And then we will multiply x to the 4th and x to the 3rd, and we will get x to the 7th because 4 plus 3 is 7. So right below this, 3a to the 4th times 4b to the 3rd, okay? a to the 4th and b to the 3rd, not the same variable, so they will not combine like that. So they will just remain a to the 4th and b to the 3rd, and we will just multiply our coefficients to get 12. So our example right here, we have 3x squared times 3x to the 5th. We're going to multiply, okay? 3 times 3 is 9, okay? So we will get 2 to the 5th. I'm sorry, 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So 3x squared times 3x to the 5th, we will get 9x to the 7th. Our division rule. So when we are dividing bases, okay, the same base, we are going to subtract the exponents. So 5 to the 6th over 5 to the 4th is equal to 5 squared. So I'll expand things out a little bit here. 7 to the 8th power. If you look, it is just 7 times itself 8 times. 7 to the 3rd, 7 times 7 times 7. Now what we can do is if we expand this, we can start to cross off some of our 7s. So we will cross off 2 right there. We'll cross off another one. Now we've crossed out 3 7s. If we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 7s left. So 7 to the 5th, okay? You can also get that exact same answer if you do 8 minus 3, we get 5, again, 7 to the 5th. So 7 over 8, 7 to the 8th over 3 is equal to 7 to the 5th. Now we'll talk about the power rule. When we raise a power to another power, you're going to multiply the exponents. Everything inside of the parentheses is raised to the power outside of the parentheses. So what we are going to do, 5 to the 3rd, okay, to the 4th power, 3 times 4, we are going to get 5 to the 12th. Now, if we have 7a to the 2nd power, 7 squared will be 49, and a squared will be a to the 2nd power. So we are going to get 49a to the 2nd power. So what we have here, we have 4 squared to the 16th power. We are going to multiply 2 times 16. We will get 32. Okay, so 4 squared to the 16th power is going to become 4 to the 32nd power. Last thing for today, we're going to talk about negative exponents real quick. When we have a negative exponent, the number is going to become smaller. So instead of it becoming, really big and growing super quickly, it's actually going to shrink down just as quickly. So we're going to raise the number to the power, okay, and divide it by 1. So if we have 5 to the negative third power, what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 to the positive third power. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. So we're going to take 1 and divide it by 125. A lot of people get confused when they see the negative exponent. They think it's going to make the number negative. So it doesn't do that, doesn't make it negative, but instead of making it grow really, really quickly, it's going to shrink down really, really quickly. So 1 divided by 125. So if we have 13 to the negative second power, what we're going to do is we're going to do 13 squared, which is the same thing as 13 times 13, 169. And we are going to take 1 and divide it by 169. So it's going to be your answer for the day. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I'm available on Zoom right now. I am also available on my night back on Mondays. Please feel free to send me a message on Schoology with any questions. But if you don't got anything, you are more than welcome to just start the assignment.